Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Pete. You're watching Pete J. Cooper, the model builder. The Knight Rider kit that we're building, and as you can see on this camera right there, you can see that it's pretty darn far done on. And I've got a part here which is pack number, I don't know. I've got 103 to 106 here. 103 is on the mat at the moment. I've got 4 cameras running. We're turning it to Bellicam, boosting the camera, or the lights at least. Okay, I've got the magazine right here, and we've got that one. And we have to push in that very tiny little thing which I almost lost, and it says left on it, and we push that down in there like so. So we've pushed that in, we're getting that one out, and we're pushing it into those points there so that you get something like that. And then we're going to put 2 BPs in there. So we're getting those 2 out. We're getting our finest screwdriver out. We're pushing it in again. 2 screws right there, BPs that are in there like so. And this is what we have on the other side. Right there. So we're going to put that there. Let's see what we do next. We're pushing that through that hole there. And as I thought, we're going to put a screw in there. And we'll put a thin side, because we have a thicker and a thin side. That's the thicker side and that's the thin side. That thin side, there's a hole, a loop in there. We're going to put that into that hole there with a BP screw. Don't over tighten it because it needs to be moving. So we put that on, we put that on, and we put that on. You can't, oh, you can hardly see it, but it's 104. So we've got the magazine here. We're going to get that one out. This is going to be a fiddly thing, I can assure you that. So have a good look. It's shaped on this side, and there's a shaped outtake there, a shaped hole I should say. Then we get a BP screw out and screw that in from the other side. But it ain't bloody easy, I can tell you that. Alright, so we've got that together. It's hard to see because it's black on black. Maybe I should show it on you, because you've got more light. There you go. Then we're getting that one out, and we're putting it in somehow. Okay, we're putting it in like so. So we've got the catch right there. I think this is the latch catch for the and what are we putting in? BPs as well. And that was what we have, and as you can see there's a latch catch, how do we call it? Trunk latch to get that. Alright, we're going to put this to the side for a moment, because we're going to get the body, our car body in, and we're working in the back. Let's get something underneath it. Is there more? There's more. There we go. So what they wanted us to do is to take the rod that we had between those out, but don't have that anymore. I don't know if you can see it, but there are cables on this side, and they want us to route it between the pillars that are there, all the way to the back right there. So I need to unscrew that bit so I can put that last cable out over it. There. We use all that, and then we hide those ones behind the pillars. Let's see, we're gonna put this in, and make sure that those little cables that you see right there do come out. And I think that's going to be hard. I've taken that roof liner off for a second. I've taken paint off somewhere, but I hope it's not in the position I don't want it to be taken off. I'm fixing something, and I'll be back in a moment. I'll see if I can get a camera in there so you can see what I'm doing. On the top camera you can see more or less what I'm doing. Alright, we're going back to this one. I'm not doing what they say that they want us to do with the cables. I'm gonna screw in the front parts and leave the back loose so I can make sure those cables are in the right position. Okay, I'm gonna put the cables right there, and I've not tightened up. Come on. And I've not tightened those screws up yet, so I can put this part underneath because that's what's needed now. All right. And we have to check if all screws can go in, and we're putting 3 GM screws in, one right there, one right there, and one right there. I think the top camera saw that the best. You'll see it when I screw it in. So one there, and I don't think it's lining up. And now it is. I needed to push a little bit of that part underneath the bracket that is out there, and now it should fix properly. So there's a bit of push and shoving needed. You need to train those wires in there a bit. I'm going to leave them there. I think they're okay. Always a bit of oil when you go into metal. That just makes it a whole lot easier. And the last screw goes into that position there. Alright, we've got all of them in. And there's a whole spaghetti of seat belts. So, and we leave the cables to come out in the back. Then we've got that bonnet thing that I said and there is a lug there. Oh my goodness, I need to have a good look at how that is in there. There it is. And we're starting with, and there are 3 in total to put in. I'll have a good show of it. And so this is what we put in. We made sure that it caught in that hole that is there, and then we put 2 BPs in there. They're not actually telling us to put anything in there, just to make sure that they get together. And we do put a little BP screw in there from that side to this side. And then we can also tighten these up. Don't fully over tighten those, because you may snap some cables underneath it. Alright, so I just put a BP in there, right there from that side. But we're going to leave it at that. We're going to put the car away and go to 105. So we've got one of these panels in 105. And if you remember, we had to put one of these in. I'll just take a little bit of my favorite glue out, which you know which one that is. And there we go. That's a BP again. So we're gonna put that one on. And if you remember from the last time, the thin part goes on with a BP screw. I will put a little bit of extra Vaseline on that when I put it on. Now we're going to the other side now. We're putting that bracket on, as you can see right there. Let's zoom it up a bit. So there's a pin there and a screw holder, and the pin goes in the outer one of the two, and this is what you have then. And we're gonna put a, yes of course, a BP on that to keep that all in. And again, it's plastic, it's going into plastic, so no need for a little bit of extra oil to get it in easier. And that is done as well. So we're going to put that aside and going straight to 106, because this is something familiar. We've done that in the first stage today. So be careful, there's that very little part in there which is already on the cloth. Do I really need to get that thing out? Well, we're going to get it close so we know more or less what to do. And we're going to put this one onto the car as well. And it needs to go in that way. It's a D-shaped hole, so there's no other way to put that in. It's white, so that should be all right. So right there, excuse my nails, they are a little bit long, and I don't like that. That is not nice, guys. The casting line was still there, or at least it was not casting line, but where they broke it off the sprue. A very big one. BP is going on. Okay, before we put the seatbelt in there, let's make sure that when we put that in, that the open side, which I call that side, is down. So when we put it in, when I put it in, that is down. Then we get that KP, which is a pointed screw. So that is what's done. And that's it for this stage, I think. No, we're putting it on the car. So let's get the, it's hard for me to show. There it is, that's in, that's in. But the most important thing that needs to go in is this side. So let's unscrew that to lift up that roof part and get it in easier. Let's not tighten that up yet and start putting those GMs in. Same positions. Remember to push it under that little bracket so that the screw line, screw hole lines up, and then you see that the whole thing is in neater as well. Why is it not coming in, or at least going in? There we go. So what I did is I unscrewed one side of that, the backing of the bonnet, and then you could connect that little back part together right there, because otherwise it wouldn't. So my tip here is loosen that back plate up a bit so you can put everything in. And now it all goes in neatly. Oops, my microphone is catching. So we put that BP in there, right there, and now we're going to turn it around and we're going to put those struts that we put in onto the points right there. These struts or cylinders that helps you, you know, they don't, it doesn't fall down that way. Neatly done. Last stage finito. So let's put that there, put that away, clean up a bit, and then I'll tell you all about it. Well, that was that for this one. It wasn't a long one. I thought I did some wrong on those the brackets that way we put the back parts on right there. right here. But I did not do that wrong, because there's no other way to put that on, so you can't put that in wrong, so don't worry about that. I thought that was a tip, but it is not. It all went well, and those cables, leave them to have a good look at how you put those cables, because if you put them somewhere, I had one of the cables that was dented really badly because of the position it was in, so I put it in a different position. It's nicely loose now, can move around, and I hope the light still works. And I got it to come out in the middle of the wheel arch. That works a little bit better and helps it easier to get those cables, and they will come out properly to the end, as you can see right there. So don't worry about that one. But thank you very much for joining me again. Please like, subscribe and pass it on, and join me next time on any of my builds. The ones in the back here. The Optimus Prime is coming soon. I've got a LaFerrari in, and I will be doing filming that tomorrow. And today I'm going to do try to finish this one off and put it online as soon as possible. And I'm going to do something else. I hope to see you next time. Thank you very much, and see you next time. Bye bye.